Shalom, shalom. All praises and glory to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWAHSHI, Bahasham Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, great millstone, and all the Akim out there that be pushing this truth, but nothing but sincerity in the name of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. So, this lesson, I actually want to play this little preview of this movie real quick. So you guys, Akim out there can watch it real quick.
Allow me to introduce my mother-in-law, Clara, my wife, Michelle, and my daughter, Sylvia. Whoa, where's the rest?
Never met the quota.
My units are up from last week.
So is the quota.
Just want something to make up with more time on my hand than hours in the day. How old are you? 28.
I'm 105. The day comes when you've had enough. If you had as much time as I have, what would you do with it?
Sure as hell wouldn't waste it.
Last time he was on the
Bob, that was over a century on this clock.
Oh, all the time.
His name is Will Salas.
You can't hide 100 years in the ghetto. You know that time will get you killed.
Come on, get out of here.
I just wouldn't know what to do if I lost you.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure of your company before, Mr. Salas. Will Salas.
I'm sorry to have to break up the party, Mrs. Weiss. I just need to work with your friend.
This is my death.
Please take me home.
Can't do that.
Why?
You're keeping me alive. How can you live with yourself watching people die right next to you?
You don't watch. Close your eyes.
I'm gonna make them pay. I'm taking them for everything they've got. Come on, help yourselves.
Take the time, it's free.
You put enough gun in the wrong hands. You upset the whole system.
Let's hope so. If this works, we gotta get more.
I can help you get all the time you want.
You know we're coming to get you.
His crime wasn't taking time. He was giving it away.
So as you can see, that movie based on, so they had a time. So if they had time in the arm, and as you can see too, it was in the arm. So what they did is, if in order for them to scan into work, or take the bus, or buy food, they had to use that time that they had in the arm. And that time, every time you purchase something, it was like money though, so time would go away. So their life limit will go away too, because their time limit was based on the time they had on their arm. So they say they have 1 minute left on their arm. Literally, that's the 1 minute they had for life, and then they died. So it was really, really, really important to have a lot of time on your arm, because if you didn't, you would have died. So that's why they said, I don't know if you've seen it though, it said the rich live forever and the poor die young. Isn't that shit been happening? Shit's been happening like that. Because that movie's really based on, too, on the currency. The currency, because like I said, that guy that gave the time to, I think his name's, Justin Timberlake, he was 100 and something years old. And Justin Timberlake was 28. But he gave him all that time. You see? So what he did was, you know, in that society, in that movie, either you're rich or you're poor. And that's how it was, though. Either you're rich or you're poor. There was no middle class or nothing like that. So if you had a lot of time, you lived for a long time. But you see, these people in the ghetto, you heard it, said they died young, though. What I'm trying to get at is just the MOB. If the brothers know what I'm talking about. When they scanned the thing, it was in their arm. You see? So it cost them their life limit and money wise, currency to scam. You know, that's why when the one that had a lot of time, the rich people, they didn't care. They scanned their shit because they had a lot of time in the arm. Same way with Esau, that has a lot of currency though. They'll spend whatever the hell they want to spend on. They don't care because they have the currency for it. You know, people in poverty, they when they purchase something, they gotta think like, man, you know, if I purchase this, I still gotta pay for rent, I still gotta pay for the electricity. You know, there's a lot of stress though, and a lot of thoughts in their mind that you have to do so in order for it to think about. To purchase something is to think about too. You know, it's a lot of thinking. But the rich, they don't. They just buy it because they have the currency to do so. You see, they don't got stressed like Israelites. They don't have to worry about shit. You see? So that movie right there, it's a good movie. You know, I recommend Aki out there to watch it because it shows of the MOB. You know, so like I said though, like I was saying though, if you're rich, you don't have to worry about anything. When you're poor, man, you gotta worry about the poverty, I have to pay this, I have to pay that, and then top it off, how you know if living in the ghetto, you have to worry about the dangerous society too, man. You're living in because you never know. You know, this ghetto, what happens in ghettos? Murder, death, drugs. You see? You gotta worry about paying rent, but then you gotta worry about going outside and some shit happening. You see, Esau never had to worry about that shit though. So we can't go against. That's what you know. Can't go against Esau and his big guns. Can't go Esau against his army. So we gotta beat him spiritually. So you have to beat him spiritually. So I want to get a precept real quick. This is Proverbs 10 and 14. And it reads, wise men lay up knowledge, but the mouth of foolish is near destruction. The rich man's wealth is a strong city. The destruction of the poor is their poverty. The labor of righteous tend to life, and the fruit of the wicked is sin. You see? Job 9:24. You know the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. So all they do is a bunch of wickedness. You see? And when it says the rich, you know, wealth is a strong city. Who built the cities and things like that? They have a strong fort. You know, someone that has a lot of money, they build a mansion, right? And then they build a wall around it, though. So that's their strong city. You see, and living in the ghetto, you know, be poor, poverty. We don't got that wall around our house. You know, we really got a wicked, not wicked, it's like a white picket fence. But that ain't gonna protect us from invaders or intruders and things like that. You know, they're gonna jump over that wicked. It's not. I keep saying wicked. Well, you know, I'm thinking about Esau right now, but you know, they jump over that picket fence. But you see, Esau has a thing where they could build. You know, they had the money where they could build a wall around their mansion, and they're you know feel protected. You know, cameras and shit too like that. You see, so we don't got that. We don't got the foundation like Esau does. You know, Esau has a foundation of the wealth of being rich, to where they could build things. Still, you know, they got they fill in that foundation with because of the wealth they have. You see, but you know, us brothers in the truth, though, we built. You know, we have our foundation too. You know, our house on the rock though, and I think it tells you that in Matthew's chapter 7 though. Let me get it real quick. Matthew's our house built on a rock, because you don't want it to be strong. You want that rock to be strong, so our house won't fall, won't get blown, you know, or nothing happens to it. Because if we have our house, you know, built on the rock, man, we good. You know, we don't have to worry about Esau. We're spiritually good. So let me get it real quick. So look, real quick. Oh, so this is Matthew 7 and 24, and it says, therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine, doth them, and I will liken them to a wise man which built his house upon a rock. You see, and it says, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, it fell not, for it was found upon a rock. You see, we gotta keep steady. We gotta keep steady our house built on that rock though, because if not, you know what I mean. If we build our house, if we don't build ourselves up the righteous way, it's like building a house on the sand. It's just gonna sink in. You see, so we gotta build that our house on the rock though, to, for that our foundation. That's our foundation of things, spiritually wise though. And Esau don't got that on over us though. Even though they're the wealth, and like I was talking about that wall around their mansion. But guess what? We build our house spiritually on the rock though, so they won't knock us. Whatever tribulations we go through, our house is strong. We gotta keep it strong. It's like that Three Little Pigs. That third pig. Those pigs though. Our house to be that brick wall. I mean that brick house. You know, and spiritually wise also, those pigs won't blow and shit and huff and puff and whatever and all that, and our house won't get knocked down, because that's the parable. That's our strength of our spiritual, our faith. So we have to keep it strong like that. You see. So remember, brothers, always keep our house built on that rock though, so we won't get knocked down when the trials and tribulations happen to us in later future references. And so yeah, so that's the thing. Oh, and yeah, like speaking of that, we have to have faith in Yahawashi, because he's our cornerstone. And the brother actually told me, he broke it down to me when I was new into when he was having our sit downs. And Yahawashi is the cornerstone, because the reason why he's a chief though, and he's the cornerstone, because if you have a piled up rocks and you remove that cornerstone, what happens? That rocks fall down. So you, no matter what, need that cornerstone, because if you don't have a cornerstone, the rocks are just gonna collapse. You see? So Yahweh Shai parable mean that he is the cornerstone, the chief, and it tells you that in is it Ephesians? I think it is. I think it's 22 and 20. Oh yeah, here. And it's Ephesians 2:20. And it says, "And are built upon foundation of the apostles and prophets, Yahweh Shai Mashiach himself being the chief cornerstone." You see? See, he's the chief cornerstone. You know what I'm saying, though? And I actually read what chief means. So we have to, get through the Most High, we have to go through his begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. You see? So we always got to keep that. That's probably for another lesson, though, building a house. So this is Revelation 14:9. It says, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his arm, on his forehead, or in his hand." You see, in that movie, though, they had that time, he had that mark. They were actually, when they were babies, they were born with that, too. You know what I'm saying, though? But the thing is, they still had to go to scan their shit. They scanned their shit in their arm. They had to do. They had that beast in the arm, and in order for them to function in the world, in order to do things like that, And we read number 10, and it says, "The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture in the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, and the presence of the holy angels, and the presence of the Lamb." You see, we don't want to have that thing in our arm, because of the fact that we burn up. And it tells you that, we get destroyed. I ain't trying to get burned up and destroyed because of that, thing in my arm, the MOB. So there's just something, man. There's something that will happen. There's something that will happen. Revelation means to reveal. So it's gonna get revealed, and we don't want to get caught up in that nature of the brimstones. Damn, for sure, and you don't want my salvation, don't want to get burned, and it hurts, when we have tortillas in the comal, and we flip them in our hand, we get a little burn in the comal, that shit kind of hurts. So imagine getting burned up to death with the burn. Oh man, I ain't trying to, for sure, I ain't trying to, get that to happen to me though. So we can't worship the beast, we can't worship that, because that cup of indignation, it's gonna happen though, you know. And that word tormented is a strong word. So let me get that word tormented real quick. and what it means. Torment, it says, the inflicting of torture, state of great suffering, pain, distress. See? It says unbearable physical pain, torture. You see? And it says intense feeling or suffering, and then the synonyms agony, torture. You see? Tormented, man. That's a powerful word. That's a powerful word. You know, we shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. Ooh, so you know, we ain't trying to, for this to happen to us. We trying to be righteous with the Most High, you know, and His walk with Him. You know, for us, for this won't happen to us. You know, so we try to make the videos and live righteously and follow the laws and commandments and everything to the best of our ability. You know, listen to our Akim. I've been in the truth more longer than ourselves. You know, so we try to do as much as we can to get this edification and try to spread the edification as also, you know, as much as you can. So you see, so we ain't trying to get, you know, burned up like a burned tortilla in the comal, you know. But you know, um, no matter what, like I said, when it comes to this though, Esau wants you to bond with them, you know. And this is John 8:44, and it says, "Ye are of your father, the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and obeyed not in the truth." See, you know, Esau's not in the truth, not our truth. Yeah, that's just the way it is, because there is no truth in him. When he speaks the lie, he speaks of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And because I tell you the truth, you believe me not. For you non-believers that will tell you the MOB is that, think that we're crazy, and that's what's gonna happen to you from Revelation, what I just read, because you want to listen to your father, the devil, you know, but you don't want to listen. That's on you. You know, we try to wipe the bloods off our hands, but you know, we're letting you know, but you trust more than this system than you do in the Most High. So that's on you. You know, Esau don't they break all the laws, pretty much all the laws in the Bible. But that's his job, you know. There's, like I said, there's good and there's evil, and Esau's evil. So that's just the way things are, you know. Like in a movie, right? When you watch a movie, there's always the good guy, the bad guy, conflict, climax, conclusion. You see? So people that, you know, they you know, and they push that not the MOB, but the one before that. Remember one time I was in Walmart, and they asked us, you know, have you guys been V, you know? And we're like, no. We're like, no, we're good. They're like, oh, okay, okay. So she left it alone. But see, that's the thing about it. They're making it already where we could be in the stores and they're asking us, hey, have you guys got the, you know, that thing? And we're like, no, you know. So it's like, we know where to get it, but we're not gonna get it. But you're going out of your way to ask us if we got it. See, that's how we know you're pushing it to the extreme. You're pushing it. So we ain't trying to buy with that. We ain't trying to get it. We have to lose all kinds of things, or we have to lose everything. Hey, we had to lose it though, just for not to get that MOB. Well, fuck that, you know. We ain't trying to do none of that shit. We ain't trying to get, like I said, I ain't trying to get destroyed. Trying to get no tormented by the brimstone of the destruction of the Most High, you know. But like I said, you know, hope this lesson was edifying. You know, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawahshi, all the Akiyam out there that be pushing this truth. So with that, I want to say Shalom.